ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. So today, and I'm kind of got a little bit of a series going here with tanks that were at the top of the block for being played, and now they were on top of the chopping block because they were so good that Wargaming deemed them necessary to nerf them. This one got its armor, gun, just pretty much everything, speed, dispersion, literally everything on the whole line. The Type 5, Type 4, ONI, OI Experimental, all of them. They all basically got put on the chopping block for Wargaming because people were complaining that, I can't pen them. You can't shoot it from the rear and pen it. You can't take it out. The gun's too good. It's pinpoint accurate. It's got too fast of a reload. So they took and they nerfed the whole line, and this is one of them that I used to play a lot. And you don't actually, once I'm done climbing this rock, actually, I gotta watch where I'm driving. This. Like I said, I used to play this a lot, and I don't touch it. And a lot of people, I think, feel the same way. You don't see a lot of these tanks out on the battlefield really a whole lot anymore. You used to see a lot of the OI Experimentals, the ONIs, just all of them. And then they nerfed them so much that now everything can pen you. You take forever to reload. Your dispersion is so bad, it's like a crap shoot when you pull the trigger if you're going to actually hit what you're even aiming at. I mean, I've missed point blank targets literally from me to this rock. This has got .54 accuracy. If you don't even let it shrink all the way in, forget it. You're not going to hit what's close to you. And they did it to the whole line, so now you don't see a lot of these out on the bat, and you can see I'm just crawling up this hill. And this thing used to be able to keep up with mediums. And I understand when you have a tank that weighs 100 and some ton that can keep up with medium and light tanks. That shot actually did hit him. It's overpowered. But I mean, you can go that forever load time. This Tiger one is just chewing this ONI up like there's no tomorrow. He's put like 6 or 7 shots out to my 1. So, it's just they over nerf things, and then they make it just really unplayable. And that's kind of what happened to basically the whole Chinese liner because of the fact the Type 4 and Type 5. I like what they did with the gun, because the gun that was on it was just a piece of crap. You could fire premium rounds all day long, and you were lucky to pen anything. It just had real crappy penetration, and a long load time, and you go take it out there and just do miserable in it. So they gave it the derp gun, and now the people that play the Type 4 and Type 5 heavy love it, because they finally got a gun that actually does damage. But the people that get hit with it in their IS-7s that are hauled down, and you still do 300-400 damage to it, absolutely hate it. And so they went through and they nerfed the whole line, including the Type 4 and Type 5. They didn't touch the gun, if I remember right. They didn't mess with the dispersion, aim time, nothing with the gun, but they did lower the armor values on the front of it. I was really thinking there was going to be a artillery up there, and I was just getting ready to pull the trigger, and he got him before me. You'll see a lot of artilleries get up in this here, and I've been going up in there too. There's a little ditch or a little notch up in the hill there, and it's a good spot for artillery to get. So I'm trudging along, and I'm like, oh, now if he was up there, I would already have spotted him. And you'll see I keep looking up there. I'm just like, well, he can't be up there. He'd have been lit right now. They would have been lit if I this close. I'm like, nah, he's not up there. And so I start aiming to the right. I'm still looking to the left. I was still like, and then lo and behold, there he is. I'm like, you gotta be crapping me. But with this god-awful load time, or aim time, and look at this AMX-12T pounding me with premium rounds, Dickerbacks pounding it. I mean, I've got 1 hit point left now. That's what I'm saying by they over-nerfed it, because now everything pens it. And that was except for 1 shot here in the front. Everything, every round that just hit me, And given some of them, yes, they were, well, actually 3 of them were in the side, so, but, I mean, I got hit so many times there. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rounds hit. I bounced 1 from the AMX-12T, and that's got to be that one right there. Artillery, I mean, they put a hurting on me there, 249. So that's what I mean by they over-nerfed it. They took a tank that was too strong and don't just nerf it a little bit. They just take it and beat the snot out of it with the Nerf baseball bat, and then they turn it into a worthless pile of crap. Not that this is a worthless pile of crap, but it's right on that borderline to where it is. Everything pens you now. You move so slow. I've got a really decent crew in this. I mean, I've already got 1 gun mark. I almost got the 2nd gun mark on it, so I've got a lot of matches in it. So I've got a good crew in it. And that artillery was right there, and I couldn't even spot them. And it's just because they made it so blind. You know, they just took everything about this tank and then they turned around and made it terrible. And that's why you don't see many of these on the battlefield anymore, because of what exactly just happened to me. And like I said, given, yeah, you know, I did get hit on the side, which it was AP. I was like, what the heck? I thought it was heat shells until I looked at APCR. Because I was like, how did heat rounds go through that? Because that's spaced armor on the side right there all the way up. That would have blew up on the outside and not pen. But I just know it was APCR. But yeah, so they took a tank that was a lot of fun. A lot of people liked it. And then they made it just miserable to play. Slow, inaccurate, forever aim time. And they just always, they do it. And it just kills me how they do it. To everything they touch. T110E5, they buffed it up, and then they turned around and they were like, yeah, we can't pen the commander's hatch now, so they turned the commander's hatch into a piece of shit. I mean, look at how many people play these tanks when they buff them up, because they make them popular, and then they turn around and then they over-nerf them to compensate, I guess, for over-buffing them. I don't know. I don't know what their method of madness is when they do this, but they turned around and took the T110E5 and made, you know, look at all the people that were playing that when they buffed it up. And then when they nerfed it, they didn't just nerf the commander's hatch that everybody's complaining about. They nerfed the front lower armor so that you could take the track off and the road wheel and do damage, and now no one touches it. I mean, you used to see a lot of them out on the battlefield. Now you rarely see a T110E5. And that's the same with these tanks here. You used to see a lot of the OIs and the OI experimental and the ONIs, and now you rarely see these out on the battlefield because of the same thing. But I knew I had to back up and back up quick. I've got 1 hit point, and obviously, you know, I was lit probably from the artillery, because these guys are all last spotted way over here by the castle. So they're setting right up there. That BDRG-1B, I think he just gets knocked out here. I mean, he was making a run for it, and he was making it too close to, yeah, where they were. So me and my 1 hit point are going to try. Somebody takes that. I was hoping to get a shot at that T1 heavy, but somebody took him out, and that was good because from where he was setting, he could probably have spotted me. So I wanted to get up in here, so I had some sort of camo, and you know, use the trees as the camo. So as we lumber along, my engine isn't knocked out, and also it's a bug with the crew skills. It shows that they're still knocked out. No, I used a premium first aid kit, and they are all actually active and, you know, in the tank. No one's knocked out, but it shows that like half my crew's knocked out. So I figured, okay, I'm going to stop here to see if I can light anything up. I've got 1 hit point. I'm contemplating, do I go for it? Do I set here? What do I do? So I move forward a little bit. I'm just kind of creeping forward. I'm not, you know, going to jet straight out there. I'm trying to see if I can light anything near their cap. So we start boogieing down here. Boom. Lo and behold, there's the AMX-12T. I get lit from him, and I'm like, okay, time to back up. I was hoping to maybe get a shot at the AMX-12T. So I'm getting hit. Must be hitting in front of me. Oh, no, actually, somebody is shooting me. They hit me there, but it's not even showing that I'm getting hit by anything. That was a direct hit from somebody right there and right there, but it doesn't show as bounce because it's HE shells. If an HE shell hits you and doesn't penetrate, it also does not count as a bounce. So I got lucky that me and my 1 hit point survived a couple shots from somebody slinging HE. So I back up, and I'm thinking I might have to stay here the rest of the match until these guys actually do something. I mean, they're all grouped up right there, and our Tiger 1 is on vacation in Bermuda over here, and I didn't want to press my luck, so I thought, okay, I need to back up a little bit. That 12T, I'm thinking he's going to go zinging down this little water area here and try flanking me, you know, come up behind me or the side of me. So as I'm sitting here, the Tiger 1 is just, he's not moving. He's still over there. I think he's like, hell, I ain't doing that. If I move forward, I'm going to be just messed up. Well, so me and my 1 hit point decide we're going to push forward and see if we can get anything lit, maybe get a shot off, hopefully bounce around maybe, and maybe get some more damage, or at least get on the enemy cap, because here in a second you'll see an IS, the enemy IS is over here, and something was up on the hill over here. So I knew that they were a distance away from me, so I'm thinking I'm going to get on the cap. And I saw their Dicker Max, and this long, low aim time is just so bad. But we take them out in 1 shot, so that was a very nice feeling. For me, not for him, obviously. I was afraid to pop up over this hill, because, you know, well, then I saw the IS back here, and I think I see the AMX up here somewhere in a minute. I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to get on their cap. I'm going to hide in front of this building right here. Yep, there's the AMX. So I'm thinking I'm just going to go in front of this building, hide right there, and pray to the RNG gods that the P-43 is not setting over here somewhere, over in these trees, or just somewhere up here to the left where he can get a shot on me. And then I see the P-43, and I'm thinking, okay, he's spotted, I'm not. I can take a shot at him, and he's not going to spot me, but he's backing down the hill. So I'm thinking I'm just going to get in front of this building, and then the Yag PZ4 come up behind me, and we both start capping. Well, I was already on the cap, but he gets in the cap, and then it's the matter of just not getting spotted. And then stupid me, I just needed to peek out, and I'm like, not worth it. Not worth it to try and get a little more damage. Both these guys here on the enemy team, one's a Unicom, one's a Super Unicom. I'm thinking if I poke out there, I'm going to get taken out. Somebody's going to get lucky and hit me for my 1 hit point. And so at first I'm thinking, okay, sit still, don't move. And then I get spotted, and I'm like, oh shit, here goes. I was thinking somebody's coming over this way or behind me. If I can get it off the thing so I can see. See, I'm lit. I'm thinking he's coming this way or this way. So move back and forth. Don't let him get a good shot on you. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. And we cap it out. Thank goodness for Chef Boyardee. But, yeah, so even if you're down to 1 hit point, don't give up. Because I really got annihilated over there. I mean, I went from 950 hit points, and they took 949 of them in one volley between the artillery, the AMX-12T, and the Dicker Max. They whittled me down to 1 hit point. So, yeah, I got some post-game stats for you with this one, but like I'm saying, this is just another one of the tanks that I think were over-nerfed, and it's still playable, but it's not anything like it used to be. I think they should actually buff it up just a little bit, maybe give it a little bit better load time, a little bit better dispersion, and, you know, buff the side armor up a little bit or something. You know, the front armor is still pretty good, but they did nerf these things to infinity and beyond. So, but anyways, if you want to hold on for a minute, I'll have some post-game stats for you, so I'll be right back. Alrighty, so not what it used to be, and I think a lot of people have forgotten about this tank, but it still has capabilities of doing a little bit, well, I don't want to say not, how can I explain this? It's not like it used to be. It's not even close to like it used to be. The OI, experimental, all these, they got nerfed really bad. When they got nerfed, actually I think they've been nerfed more than once too. But the more they got nerfed, now the less you see of them on the battlefield. You still see a lot of the Type 5 heavies, obviously, because the nerf on that wasn't anything substantial. Now, I mean, if they would have taken the derp gun off it and you had no option but the standard gun that it used to only get, I think you would rarely see Type 5 heavies and Type 4 heavies out on the battlefield, just due to the fact, holy crap, I look like I'm Brighter than bright. Just due to the fact that the derp gun is what makes the Type 5 heavy. And the Type 4. There, a little bit better. Without those, I wouldn't touch them. I think I had just a handful of battles with them when they had the stock gun, and you didn't have the derp gun option due to the fact that you just bounced all day long. You got 2 AP rounds for your standard and your premium, and it was just bounce, bounce, bounce. I mean, if you penetrated, yay, but you rarely did, because the penetration on even the premium round wasn't even that good. But all the whole line got nerfed, and I think they've kind of fallen off the radar because a lot of them, like this one, has got a 19, almost a 20-second load time. Actually, it's more than that, 21, almost a 22-second load time. You know, well, I shoot strictly heat, or excuse me, HE, because you have the capability of, like, I hit the Dicker Max and did 550 is full health. He was full health, hit him one time, boom, gone. Well, same with the M12, but obviously he's only got 350. The Oni, I actually got a blind shot on him for 229, but, you know, he's got pretty good amount of armor. Knocked out the driver and the Oni, M12, the track, and the Dicker Max. We just shut him down. Ammo, rack, and tracks. We got 60 base capture points. I had 1 hit point left. That's why I say, don't ever give up. You know, I could have rushed right in there when I think it was the 12T was like right up kind of by their base, and I don't know if he was just setting back, chai sniping because he was Super Unicom, or if he just happened to be coming back that way knowing that we were going to be pushing on their cap. But I lit him up. I'm pretty sure it was him, but I was getting shot. I think I was getting hit or shot at, and it was hitting the dirt in front of me, or it was HE shells. I literally had 1 hit point, so I was more concentrating on getting my keister backed up out of there before I ended up getting killed. But, you know, I didn't sit there the whole match and just wait it out. You know, I decided, okay, I've got 1 hit point. What do? Do I sit here, not do anything, and wish for the best? Or do I push forward, get on their cap, and at least force them to come back? Because I saw that they had an IS, I think. Yeah, an IS that was heading towards our artilleries. The MX-12T was kind of that way, and the P-43 last spotted wasn't really that far off the cap, but I think he was kind of quite a ways there too. Then the P-43 was spotted on the hill, I think spotted by me, matter of fact, and I think he started trying to get back towards the cap to reset, but it was too late. Myself and I know it was a tank destroyer. Yeah, it had to have been the Jagdpanzer IV there, because I know it was a TD on the cap with me, and we ended up capping it out. So, 1 hit point, and I was still able to help the team win. Ended up getting a Master Badge Class 3, a Duelist, Fire for Effect Bruiser, and a Spartan for bouncing around with well, less than 10% of my hit points, more like 1 hit point. The WN8 for that match was 2485, and we did the most amount of damage with 1129 and got 2 kills. 2 kills. M12 and Dicker Max. I'm like, who else? Never mind. And the base experience is 607. We had 4 shots, 3 hit, 1 pen. What? That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I wonder if there's something that's messing. I've noticed recently that my shots fired, direct hits, and penetrations, that doesn't make any sense. I know for a fact that I hit the M12 directly, the Dicker Max direct, and the Oni. To get 229 damage on that, I would have had to have hit him direct. I'm wondering if maybe something to do with the mod pack is messing those numbers up. Because there's no way in God's green earth. I did fire only 4 shots, but there's no way I only hit 1 and did over 1,000 damage. So, yeah, something I think with the mod pack is screwing these numbers up. That's just, there's no way possible. Total damage was 1129, and from a distance of more than 300 meters was 779. We got hit 8 times, 5 pen, 3 bounce, so we bounced 135 damage. We spotted 1 damage, 3 destroyed 2. Damage with our assistance was 216, and we got 60 base capture points. We went from our cap all the way to the enemy cap. Ended up losing 2,957 credits, and I think it was because I used both. I know I used the big repair kit. Did I use 40? No, I only used one of them. So I guess just the big repair kit, and between the ammo and repairing the vehicle, it just knocked a little bit in the back of the wallet there. But yeah, that's definitely not correct. 4, 3, and 1. That should be 4, 4, and 4. Or 4, 3, and 3. I mean, I might have missed one shot, which I took 2 blind shots, so I can see that being 4, 3, and 3. But there's no way I only hit one of those targets. Yeah, I know for a fact that Dicker Max, I hit him in the M12. I watched those shells hit him. The Oni, he did go invisible, and it was kind of a blind shot. But for 229 damage on an Oni, yeah, that'd have to be a direct hit, because that's the tier 7. So, yeah, there's got to be something wrong, like a glitch in the numbers there. But yeah, you just don't see these out on the battlefield like you used to, because all the nerfs they did to them. They're kind of the tank that time has forgotten here recently, and it's due to the nerfs on them. And I don't blame a lot of people for not playing them. I don't play this as much as I used to. I've got 1 mark on it, and I'm at 78.69, and I think I've been right around that number for quite a while, because I actually quit playing them substantially when they nerfed the armor and everything can pen you pretty much everywhere now. I did get lucky that I did bounce a couple in the front, but probably because of the distance. I think somebody was shooting HE at me too. I'll have to pay attention when I'm actually doing the replay portion of this. I'll try and remember to point it out. But yeah, anyway, so does it still have it? Iffy. Yes and no. The gun's still good, but it's got a huge load time, and the dispersion is just, I mean, I've got artilleries that have better dispersion than .54. You know, and the armor's nothing special now because they did nerf. The turret still got 150. I think it was actually 175 in the front, though. 150 in the back. Or something like that. And the hull armor got nerfed, too. Pretty much all the way around, if I remember right. The load time, I think it's just been quite high ever since it was released, but I don't think it was quite, 22 seconds. That seems like it is a lot higher than it used to be, but the gun still got it if you hit the targets, and you kind of stay in the back so you get your reloads in, because 22 seconds, if you get up in, the front and there's like 3 or 4 tanks, you're going to get 1 or 2 shots off and be dead. But, yeah, so it's kind of lost its lackluster, and you don't see a lot of these out on the battlefield anymore since the nerfs. But, Wargaming could bring it back by, lowering the aim, the load time, giving a little bit better dispersion, lowering the aim time a little bit, because that is pretty high, and maybe give it a little bit of the armor back, not what it was, but at least some, so that, you see tier 6s, tier 5s that will penetrate this pretty much all over now. But anyways, yes, so I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm just doing a kind of the tanks that have been forgotten or need some love and haven't seen it in a long time. So basically tanks that have either been really over-nerfed or tanks that haven't seen any kind of buffs in a substantial amount of time, if they're still worth even touching. And this one right here is right on the fence pole. I mean, literally, it's 50-50. It depends on your play style and the map. If you're in an open field map like we were, if there's a lot of arties like they were, I got lucky I didn't get spotted because I would have just been melted. This tank's really meant for city maps, just because of the speed and size. You can stay behind buildings and whatnot. But, yeah, this one's not all it used to be. I'd say it's about a 50-50 if it's worth, playing it or not, or getting it. For that matter of fact. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please click the like button down below and subscribe to the channel. You guys take it easy, be safe, and I will see you on the battlefield.